What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting one of the semifinal games from League of Dota. It's going to be the third week of the first season, and it's going to be between Lithium Gaming picking up a Death Prophet as their first pick, and FerretSquad on the Dire. So if you are in stream, make sure to pick up the ticket only, or if you're on the recordings, it might be a little bit too late, but if you're on the stream, make sure to pick up the ticket, only 99 cents, and you get in-game loot, which is the best kind of loot. So yeah, Lithium Gaming opening up their pick with the Death Prophet after having banned out the OD as well as the Viper. That's actually a pretty interesting interaction between their picks and bans that they've chosen right now, because Death Prophet is obviously a hero that we don't see every day. She does have her uses, and she can, of course, push towers and handle a lane decently enough. She will get shut down pretty hard by Viper and OD, but then again, there aren't many heroes that I would say do well against Viper and OD. Those two heroes are pretty damn terrifying in lane. But Lithium Gaming at this stage have shown their hand quite a bit. With this early Death Prophet pick, with focusing two of their primary bans in banning out heroes that would counter the Death Prophet, they're saying, we really need this Death Prophet to do well. It's very important to us for our team that this Death Prophet finds success in, I'm assuming, what's the mid lane. We saw a different team play the Death Prophet on the safe lane. That didn't really work out. But they're saying that we need to have this Death Prophet get levels. It's very important to us. FerretSquad, I'm sure with the Death Prophet pick, are kind of thrown for a loop. They are going to recognize the fact that they need to prepare for something that the Death Prophet is an integral part of. And what is the Death Prophet always an integral part of? If you ever pick Death Prophet, it's probably going to be pushing. For now, though, they're just going to secure their strongest heroes, Lifestealer, as well as a Crystal Maiden. Very strong carry, very strong support. You really can't go wrong. And wow, Lithium Gaming, they're going all in. Like, this game is going to be decided within the first 20 minutes. And by decided, I mean over within the first 20 minutes. Like, if it's not actually over, then FerretSquad are just going to win. Because Lithium Gaming, with Pugna as well as Death Prophet, they're going to be pushing. They're going to be pushing damn hard. And FerretSquad, it would behoove them to pick up a Keeper of the Light. And Lithium Gaming, if they don't ban out a Keeper of the Light, I would say that that might be a mistake. I mean, AoE is fairly easy to come by. They could go for anyone with a long-range nuke, like Magnus, Lina, anything like that. But Pugna, as well as Death Prophet, that's a very bursty, pushy lineup, and it also chips at towers pretty well just with the Pugna. I think Lithium Gaming are probably going to want to pick up something like a Chen, something like a Venomancer, and really for FerretSquad, they have a lot of things that they want to ban out. They're going to first ban out the Leshrac, which is a pretty good ban out if you're facing up against a pushing lineup. It's very hard to counter push the Leshrac when he has so much support behind him, because you actually have to kill the hero. You can't just, kill off creeps or something like that with AoE. So that's always very difficult, but we're going to see what FerretSquad wants to pick up next, ban out next, rather. And we can see Lithium continuing the trend of ensuring their mid lane is as easy as possible. Like Puck, Queen of Pain, Viper, OD, 4 mid lane heroes, and they themselves pick up the Death Prophet. So that's pretty interesting, actually. They really, really want this Death Prophet to have an easy time, which says to me that this Death Prophet is the weakest link in their chain. Like, if she doesn't do well, then their entire thing kind of falls apart, which is why they're devoting almost all of their bans towards this Death Prophet. So I don't know. I'm very excited for this game already, just with the first two picks from Lithium. FerretSquad, they're actually going to choose to ban out the Abaddon. Not a pushing hero, really. He could, of course, sustain pushes very well with his Miscoil, as well as his shield, but it doesn't actually contribute anything towards killing off towers. We'll see if they want to. I don't know if Lithium Gaming would have gone for that. Of course, Abaddon's a great hero at keeping Pugna alive just because he's so short. Adding so much effective HP to his very, very low HP pool is never really a bad idea. But at the rate Lithium is going, they're going to go all in on this push. And I think Chen is probably going to be their pickup. I think Venomancer and something like Nature's Prophet. Because you don't pick up Pugna and Death Prophet if you don't have some very clear intentions. FerretSquad, please pick up the Keeper of the Light. You will not regret it. Of course, Lithium Gaming could always switch gears, and seeing that Keeper of the Light, they'll just be like, hey, we got you to pick the Keeper of the Light, mission accomplished. Now we're going to pick something else, but then they're stuck with Death Prophet and Pugna, and that's already pretty awkward in and of itself. But I think just having the AoE, being able to nuke down a wave instantly, won't be a terrible idea at all. They do need another support as well. They need to get a mid lane hero going, but Lithium Gaming have banned out most of the mid lane heroes, so yeah, the pickings are quite slim. Not many heroes. Well, I mean, there's plenty of heroes that go toe-to-toe with Death Prophet, but at the end of the day, she is a ranged hero. She does have a nuke, and hell, it might even be a Pugna who's going to the mid lane. And FerretSquad, they're going to go for a Sand King. That's actually not a terrible idea either. With Death Prophet and Pugna, the way they push is, kind of bursty, kind of slow and methodical. You just have to kill the soft heroes, and they need initiation to do that. Crystal Maiden, Sand King, before the levels get up on Pugna as well as the Death Prophet, they're going to be a devastating roam combination. We've seen it time and time again. Crystal Maiden, anyone, really. But just having the Burrow Strike on top of the Frost Nova, it's going to be pretty good. And FerretSquad, they're going to choose Magnus, and Lithium Gaming going to kind of stray away from the pushing lineup. They're going to go for a little bit more control and team fight with their 2 picks. Of course, Pugna as well as Death Prophet will always be those pushing heroes, but they're not going to devote the entirety of their lineup towards it. They're actually going to pick up Undying and Clockwork very, very quickly. That's into a Lifestealer as well. And Lifestealer with that Feast does a lot of damage to Undying as well as Clockwork, so especially when empowered by the mag. So that's going to be pretty dangerous. Lithium have a kind of wonky lineup. They have like Clockwork, Pugna, and Death Prophet, who all do need their farm and levels. Undying not so much, but then again, he's a melee support hero who doesn't have as much control as the Sand King. He can't really go around ganking people. He's more of a sit in the lane and shut you down kind of hero. Lithium Gaming, final ban out Elder Titan, who's been seeing no action up until this point. But again, another mid lane ban, so that ensures that their Death Prophet is as safe as possible. This is also a best of 3, if in case anyone is wondering. So yeah, we're going to be seeing at least 2 games from these 2 teams, and maybe this is just a ploy by Lithium to put FerretSquad on tilt. Who knows? There could be some substantial mind gaming going on here. FerretSquad, with the Magnus pickup, is going to ensure the mid lane is not going to get completely crushed. I mean, unless there's a lot of aggressive rotation from Lithium, which I severely doubt given their lineup. It's most likely going to be a Magnus and a Death Prophet, and then eventually a Magnus, Sand King, and Crystal Maiden versus a Death Prophet, because it seems like the Lithium lineup, they're not really heroes that go around and gank, except for the Clockwork, and he needs a couple levels to do so. Before that, they have Hookshot as a stun and Boundary Assault as a pseudo stun, and that's about it. But the FerretSquad gonna go with the Templar Assassin as their final pick. So I think it would be a pretty good hero against Death Prophet. Just slap her in the mid lane, and then all of a sudden the nukes don't really do anything. Wind Ranger as the final pickup from Lithium, a much needed stun, I would say. And I think even more importantly, it's a little bit more ranged lane control. So I'm really interested to see how these lanes are actually going to shape up. But the Templar Assassin would kind of shove Magnus out of that mid lane role. Of course, I'm assuming we're going to be seeing a lot of aggressive rotational stuff from the likes of Sand King as well as the Crystal Maiden. But really, it could be a wide array of lane arrangements from both teams, like Pugna, Death Prophet, Wind Ranger, Clockwork. They could all solo lanes by themselves. So it's just a matter of which lane they actually want to have soloed, and well, it looks like it's going to be first Pugna, undefeated, is going to be playing that hero on the bottom lane, heading down towards there. It looks like supporting him is going to be OMFG on the Wind Ranger, as well as Lunatics Undying. Mid lane is going to be the that's not Songs. There we go. Mid lane is going to be Songs, Death Prophet, and top lane is going to be Garb on the Clockwork. On the other end, Ferrets. We have Let's Roche on the Crystal Maiden. 2 numbers guy on the Magnus. Also, we have Violent Love on the Sand King. Mid lane, it is actually the Ferret of the FerretSquad, and on the top lane we have GG, which is a very easy, it's a very easy name. So thank you for that. Not so much for Mag. Your name is a little bit complicated. But so far, they have what looks like a tri-lane on the bottom with the goal of shutting down whoever is down there. They do have a ward spotting out this rotation, and well, this lane is going to be pushed pretty aggressively, I would say. Undying, Pugna, and Wind Ranger, all 3 of them have the potential to get Arcane Boots. And that means you have all the mana sustain in the world. Pugna's going to be blasting towers left and right. And bottom lane, well, we have Sand King as well as a Mag. That is a awkward lane, to say the least. First of all, it's a double melee lane. Second of all, it's a double melee lane with not much kill potential. I guess Burrow Strike into a Skewer back is decent, but on the off lane, when the tower is so far away from where the creeps are actually going to be hitting people, like down here, you're not really actually going to be skewering them into anything. So it looks like Mag is actually going to be left alone. Violent Love is going to rotate out of there, and Well, it's going to proceed as normal. Lunatic's job is going to be zoning out this Mag, so Mag probably not going to get much of anything, which is going to ensure that Undefeated is going to get all the farm in the world, going to get easy levels, and I think most importantly probably get the fast arcane boots, and then of course move that into what I would assume to be a mechanism. Wouldn't be a terrible item to go for. But yeah, Mag is going to be very, very troubled by this Undying. It's not really a duel that the Mag could win, especially when Undying is stealing not only his health pool, but also his damage. So there's no way the Mag on the bot lane can win that duel. It's just not going to happen. He's going to try to leech experience as much as he can, but good luck to him. Mid lane, Ferret versus Songs. Ferret with that refraction is going to protect himself very well against the Crypt Swarm harass from Songs, so it will be difficult for Songs to actually chip down this Templar Assassin, seeing as the refraction is a lot easier to sustain than constant Crypt Swarm spamming. But I think the lane should be even at least until Templar Assassin receives a little bit of support or receives the level 6 mark or the Death Prophet hits a couple levels. But I think Death Prophet, her goal is not going to be to kill this Templar Assassin. She just wants to play it passively. What she wants right now is just levels. She just wants gold, and that's pretty much it. We see an early smoke up from Let's Roche. Crystal Maiden moving up towards the top lane where Garb playing very super aggressively. Violent Love not really looking to make it go on this one. It's actually going to be Crystal Maiden rotating down to the mid lane. Death Prophet is an incredibly soft hero. Crystal Maiden actually going to camp out for the level 2 rune. This rune could be the life or death of the DP, but it's actually not going to matter. Double damage on the bottom lane. And they want blood on this mid lane. Ferret does have a good amount of damage. Let's Roche only level 2. Oh, it's level 2. This Songs guy is in a lot of trouble. There's the Frostbite. Ferret with the refraction damage. Will it be enough? Let's Roche taking a good amount of damage with the right clicks. Should be enough. Another Crypt Swarm, and Let's Roche actually dies first. It's going to be the Death Prophet drawing first blood on the Crystal Maiden just barely. Ferret gets a little bit from that, but at the end of the day, Crystal Maiden is the first one to drop, so the Death Prophet does get experience from that. Yeah, she's level 3, and I mean, Templar Assassin gets experience too, but the gold is definitely going to Songs, and that's going to give the Death Prophet the fast bottle. That gank was definitely not what they expected it to go like. The damage from Templar Assassin, it's high. But once the Crystal Maiden walks up the hill, takes one shot, takes 2 shots of tower, and then all of a sudden, Crystal Maiden, who has 1 base armor, 473 health, is in for a world of hurt. So in the end, it's a relatively even trade, I would say. The fact that Templar Assassin got a little bit more experience is probably going to be more influential for her, because refraction is pretty important, but looks like we're going to see a little bit of aggression on the top lane. No, just Violent Love passing by to get his boots. And then passing right by again. That was pretty awkward. We have Lunatic once again fighting with this Mag. Lunatic's actually not winning this one, although another decay, and he does have support right around the corner. OMFG's coming in. He could land a Shackle. That might be the death of the Mag, although Pugna a little bit too far away. Undying receiving quite a beating from the Mag, who's actually level 4, has gotten 9 CS just with that Shockwave spam, and of course has a very long range. But I think the surprising part is that he's actually getting levels. The level 4 Mag is going to beat out the level 2 Undying. I mean, when they're 1v1ing at level 1, then it's not really going to be as great for the Mag. But at this point, he has level 2 Skewer, he has level 2 Shockwave. Lunatic might be in trouble. There's the Skewer, instantly into the Shockwave, and that's a free kill for the Mag. In the meantime, top lane dies, but 2-3-1-1-2-3 can get harassed back by OMFG. Is there a Decrepify? There is not. 2-3-1 is out of mana, and he is also pretty much home free. Blast gonna miss. Power Shot, I don't think it's gonna be enough. They really need to land a Shackle, but level 2 Shackle is what's picked up instead of level 2 Power Shot. 2-3-1 still on the run. OMFG gonna head him off. And I think this Mag might actually die. Power Shot is going to Power Shot gonna fire. Not enough. 10 HP. Is there any help from the creeps? There's not. Salve up from the Mag, and he's gonna be just fine. Oh, but the salve canceled. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have done that. Still, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's very low on HP. There's a Shackle. He is so very dead. Power Shot, blast, kaboom goes the Mag. 2-3-1 getting way too overconfident. I mean, he should have backed up to like all the way over here if he was going to salve or something, but instantly getting that canceled, instantly getting shackled again. Less than optimal, I'd say. So, on the top lane, it looks like we did have an initiation onto the Clockwork. I imagine it was just open wounds into Burrow Strike and stuff like that, although Sand King does have full mana. Maybe it was just the Crystal Maiden, who is, by the way, spotted out completely by this Observer Ward, so Songs shouldn't get caught out by this, but it looks like she might anyway. There's the Nova, teleportation coming in, it is the Undying. Let's Roche, once again, taking 2, 3, 4 tower shots. He's going to drop very low, especially with the Tombstone. Missile going to fly in, not onto anything, really, but another Crypt Swarm going to drop the Ferret pretty low, but Lunatic, he wants Let's Roche. It's not going to happen. He's going to turn around for another Frost, but in the meantime, Magnus finding a solo kill on this Pugna. This Magnus is running wild on this bottom lane, and nothing can stop him, especially when the Undying leaves that lane. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Love still getting chased down by Garb. There's action all over the map, and unfortunately, I missed the only kill that happened. But, yeah, it looks like it was just a skewer into a Shockwave. There's actually no reverse polarity. OMFG is actually in a lot of trouble. He's going to juke out the skewer, which is good for him, but another Shockwave, it will kill him, especially with 1 or 2 more right clicks. There's Shackle onto Creep. 2-3-1 is actually going to have this turnaround, trying for the Shockwave. Not in time, though. Wind Ranger slips out with just a lick of HP, and he's going to get back home safely. That is going to be a kill for the Wind Ranger. Pugna going to complete up his phase boots, actually. That's super aggressive for killing heroes, not as much killing towers. But 3-4, and, well, we have Violent Love moving down to the mid lane. There's a trap on the Songs, Frost Nova as well. Level 2 Burst Strike, very short range, but it will be more than enough. Songs is as good as dead. This time there's no Undying to bail him out. 1 Refraction Meld hit, and that is the death of the Death Prophet. And Templar Assassin, finding her second kill, has completed the Power Treads bottle as well as the Magic Wand. I imagine it's going to be a Yasha next. Usually the build with TA is either Phase Blink for, you know, just initiation burst damage, or Power Treads Yasha, and then you go a little bit more race car-y. Top lane, Godlike going toe-to-toe with Garb. Garb does have a bottle, 2 bottle charges actually. He could actually go for a kill on Godlike, although with the salve, that is probably going to be extremely unlikely. Level 6 on this Clockwork, 25 for 3 versus the 31 for 4. Both Clockwork as well as Mag getting a lot more from the respective lanes that I would have thought. Not as much pressure from these supports, actually keeping the likes of these offlaners back off the lane, and well, really, that's benefiting them quite a bit. But at the same time, both teams are benefiting, I would say, about equal amounts until this happens. Garb in a little bit of trouble. There's the open wounds. The cogs instantly go up and burn out a lot of the Sand King's mana. However, this Lifestealer will circle around, will get burned a second time. He does have a Burst Strike. There it is, but Violent Love dropping very low. A power shot from the Wind Ranger. Teleported up here, and now Godlike has got to retreat. In the meantime, mid lane, Templar Assassin finds a solo kill onto the Death Prophet. Shackle's going to land on the top lane. Godlike is going to get stunned for a little bit. Let's Roche taking a power shot straight to the face. There's the cogs once again from Garb, keeping himself safe. It's going to be ultimately a 1-for-2 trade as Magnus finds another kill on this Pugna on the bottom lane. There's literally kills happening on every single lane, and I cannot keep track of all of them. I apologize, guys. But top lane, it is going to be Lifestealer on a failed dive versus this Clockwork. I mean, Clockwork, he's level 7. He's damn tanky right now, and he has a hook shot, and he knows who he wants to shoot it at as well. There's a hook shot straight onto the Ferret. The Refraction's going to keep him up, and there's no True Sight. Oh, there's a Sentry Ward, and Ferret got to try to fight his way out of here. He does have support from Violent Love. There's the stun, and Ferret going to mess up the meld, actually. Won't matter. He's going to have enough damage to kill off that Clockwork. Power shot and the Crypt Swarm from South. It's going to do enough damage to kill off the Templar Assassin. Violent Love will be fine to make it out of there alive. But wow, 13 kills, 8 minutes in. This is the type of game that I enjoy watching. I think everyone enjoys watching these games, not going to lie. I don't think anyone's like, oh, I'd rather see a farm fest. They want to see people dying, mistakes being made, people overcommitting, and stuff like this where Undefeated is going to get RP'd into a Shockwave, into a Skewer, not enough damage, now he's going to be forced to run. Lunatic hot on his trail as Undefeated, still with no points to Decrepify. There's the Windrunner from the side, and 2-3-1 is going to drop. Windrunner is going to put an arrow straight into that Magnus, and it's going to be her 3rd kill of the game with 2 assists, 1 CS, and she has 1,000 gold. That's Phase Boots, that's Arcane Boots for OMFG, if the Wind Ranger wants to buy it. The Wind Ranger actually getting quite a bit of loot from these fortunate teleportations, or I guess not fortunate, it is skill to teleport where you're needed, when you're needed. But yeah, Wind Ranger with good rotation, getting herself a lot of gold, and looks like we have Garb moving down to the bot lane, does have a hook shot. The only thing that's not going fantastically for Lithium at this point is the Death Prophet, who's had quite a few deaths. Actually, Clockwork, not doing too early, but initiation onto Songs once again. Crystal Maiden is here, as is the Templar Assassin. Shackle, Violent Love, as well as Let's Roche, taking a huge power shot straight to the face, and the Undying going to come in to clean up. Let's Roche on his way out. Is there another Shackle? There is going to be in 3 seconds. The right-click damage onto Let's Roche. They need a power shot right through the mark. OMFG is just sniping people left and right. It's 2 down for FerretSquad, but in the meantime, we have another kill. How is he what? How is the Magnus getting these kills? Like, their entire team is going after Clockwork, and they can't get him. But then Magnus is like, "Move over, guys! I got this shit." Skewer, Shockwave. I don't know. I wish there wasn't that much action happening, because then I would actually be able to tell you what happened there. But Magnus is finding kills. He's also dying quite a bit, but, you know, it comes at a price. Here's the push that I was talking about. Death Prophet has level 3. Puppy, please. Puppy. Okay, well, we have the ultimate in tactical pause, but unfortunately their Magnus is also DC'd, so that is legitimate. I think we all know what's going to go on here. Level 4 Blast, level 1, level 1 Exorcism with level 3 Witchcraft. That's a pretty devastating push right there. The tower is going to take quite a beating. Crystal Maiden also shackled. Power Shot is being charged up. Let's Roche is going to take... He's probably going to die, honestly. Power Shot, Crypt Swarm. Oh, it's not going to be enough. 125 HP. Unless the Death Prophet chases him down, then it's going to be enough. Crypt Swarm, easy kill on the Crystal Maiden. But Violent Love, looking for a Burrow Strike. Not going to happen quite just yet. Nether Ward making it very difficult for the FerretSquad to find good initiation. But they have pushed back the push, at least for now, and the Death Prophet ultimate is going to wear off. So the first push, not going to result in much, but here comes a mag with an RP. It is completely spotted out by this Radiant Ward as well as Cardi. I don't know what the Siege Creep is doing, but it's being a pretty good tool at keeping tabs on that mag. So well done, Cardi the Creep. He's going to ensure his team has pretty good intel. In the meantime, Godlike on the top lane, still farming up a Storm. Doesn't have the most net worth. He's right behind his Templar Assassin, actually. But, yeah, FerretSquad getting the upper hand in most of these engagements, despite the fact that several of these ganks have been turned around. They're just getting more out of the lanes. The Ferret, 54 for 13 versus the Death Prophet's 33 for 9. There's just more farm going the way of the FerretSquad. And then, of course, the kills, keeping it relatively even, is going to mean that the farm is going to show the golden EXP advantage in favor of FerretSquad right now. Lithium, though, they have really yet to dedicate themselves to a push. They've attempted a little bit on the mid lane. They're going to have more mana. Actually going for Phase Boots and Death Prophet as well. Do they have any Arcane Boots? Those Phase Boots on... Wow, there's no Arcane Boots.
Boom, there it goes.
I mean, Phase Boots are great for... They're fantastic for Pugna. They're really great for Death Prophet, I would say a little bit later when you need the mobility to stay alive. But right now, you just need to sustain this push. And the tower will go down, but I think it'll be out of trade. Let's Roche and GG. We'll try to trade it out. There's going to be teleportation up to the top lane. Tower will go down. It's going to be Death Prophet finding the last hit. Mass teleportations right here in Lunatic. Going to walk in, drop the tombstone, try to get everyone off this lane. The tower is in deny range. Let's Roche gonna get tagged by some zombies. He's gonna get beaten up. The zombies still on his ass, and looks like he actually will survive for now. Lithium gonna try to get a Decrepify. Doesn't even have Decrepify yet. He does. Onto Godlike. There's the pop of smoke for some reason. There's the infestation into Let's Roche, but a Crypt Swarm is gonna put the Crystal Maiden down, and here comes Harpies out of nowhere. Why? Undying, though, is gonna get the kills, and there's the RP, though. Onto 3 with the stuns from the Sand King. It's gonna be turned around. 4 kills for the FerretSquad. Magnus coming in with a magical RP into Refraction with the Psyblade spill damage. And the only one to survive is Garb on the middle lane, who had no part of that engagement whatsoever. It looked so bad for FerretSquad, but they're going to get the tower regardless. Holy crap, this mag has his Blink Dagger. I don't know how this mag got all those kills, but he's certainly found his farm. And now he's going to pick up his Blink Dagger from the side shot, most assuredly. There it is, drums up on the Templar Assassin. She is going to go for the Raise Car build with the Blink Dagger on top of that. Big items coming up for the FerretSquad, and I think, yes, they definitely do have the superior late game. Between the Templar Assassin, between an empowered Lifestealer who's still getting quite a bit of farm, going to go straight for his armlet after he himself gets drums. It's looking worse and worse for the Lithium side. Keep in mind, though, this is a best of 3, so dropping a game not going to matter all too much. But as it stands right now, 11 to 14, and FerretSquad is getting a lot more out of their engagements. Violent Love, as well as 231, being at the right place at the right time constantly. Really just making a lot of space. Garb, wow, gonna get demolished by the Ferret. Just one more hit, it's gonna happen, and Ferret instantly assassinating the Clockwork. He's gonna stand and fight. He wants Lunatic. Look at the burst damage from that meld hit. Lunatic is gonna slip away. Fortunately for him, Undying is a tanky hero, but Ferret showing his power. He could definitely solo kill anyone. Maybe not Pugna because of Decrepify, but oh, there we go. Blink Skewer. Shackle, though, is going to land. There's the open wounds onto Undefeated. I don't think he's going to escape out of this regardless of that Shackle. They're going to finish off the Nether Ward, and they might actually want to take a Tier 1 tower. Wind Ranger's still in the area, and the Tombstone gets denied. Not bad. It's actually worth a lot of gold, so that was a pretty good play from the Wind Ranger. But with all 5 heroes on the mid lane with the Pugna down, I think they could try to make a go on this mid lane tower. They will have to worry about the Death Prophet, who did take down the bottom lane tower for free. Level 1 Exorcism, which is now level 2, it should be level 2, is more than enough to bring down a tower, especially with all that witchcraft. But the tower is going to drop slowly but surely. Violent Love, as well as a Blink Skewer. It's going to miss this time. Hookshot back in, though. Garb wants in. He's going to dodge the... I guess not dodge, he just missed the Burrow Strike. And everyone's going to walk out alive. No harm, no foul, right? Everyone's fine. Everyone's fine. The Ferret has moved down to the bottom lane, so he is going to be getting a little bit more farm. Don't really think he needs that much more farm. He's, you know, pretty damn powerful at the moment, but hell, more is always merrier. Next item should be, I think, a BKB. Protect himself from the shackles, protect himself from the clockwork. For now, though, just going to be teleportation scrolls. He really doesn't need any more damage items, at least not for a very long while. Death Prophet has completed her Yule Scepter. Take a quick look at the items on everyone. Looks like Wind Ranger. Mech on... No, Mech is up on the Pugna. Yes, Mech is already up. We have a Blade Mail, what looks like... I think it's going to be a Blade Mail on the Clockwork, or at least on the way on the Clockwork. I think this might be a Force Staff from the Wind Ranger. Although a Vlad's for pushing might not be a terrible idea either. Looks like it's going to be, once again, a 1-for-1 trade. Unless they just don't. Yeah, top lane being pressured. There's not really much that they can do to save it. They don't have fortification. Neither team has fortification. Although, well, they do have fortification now. I don't think it's worth saving, though. I don't think it's worth using. I don't think the tower is worth saving. It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. The Dire get a little bit of a benefit from that because the mid lane tower, a lot more important than their top lane tower. But, wow, they want more. Exorcism still not used. And here we go. Death Prophet. Waiting for that item to pop. Arcane Boots finally up. At least one pair. Garb might be in a little bit of trouble. Let's Roche can have his smoke dispelled. He's going to find the Clockwork. This is not really what you want to have happen. Let's Roche. He's out of mana as well, but the Templar Assassin jumps in. Garb's going to get annihilated. There's a 3-man RP into a 3-man Burrow Strike, skewering them back into the Pugna. The Death Prophet's going to find a little bit more space. The Epicenter has been channeled undefeated, taking quite a beating. 2-3-1 is going to drop from the drain. It's going to be just enough. Undefeated, though, is not going to get out of there alive. Phase Boots Drum plus a Burrow Strike, and that's going to be a double kill for GG. The Lithium push stopped cold, and for FerretSquad, on the back of another miracle RP of Magnus, are going to clean up Lithium. It looked to be a lot worse than last time, seeing as though the Crystal Maiden got caught out with no mana and annihilated right from the get-go, but wow. The damage from FerretSquad, with just the raw values right now, it's substantial. It's really, really high. And Lithium, I mean, they're pushing their luck a little bit by trying to go for these pushes, but at the same time, they have to go for these pushes. This is why they pick Bald Death Prophet. This is why they pick Pugna, so that they could go for these pushes. But FerretSquad, they got so much farm so early on that even if they do lose a couple towers, it's going to serve to equalize the gold. It's not going to put Lithium at any sort of advantage. Lithium need to take Raxes like now if they want any chance of winning this game, but as it stands, FerretSquad, they have the superior late game. They have the superior items right now. They could demolish Lithium in pretty much any team fight. I don't even know if they need to get the RP up online and hit 2-3 people. But that's just a bonus on top of everything. Like RP into a 4-man Burrow Strike, 3-man Burrow Strike into the Meld Refraction Sideblades hit. That's a ton of damage, and Lithium are clumping up just enough to get caught by that. It's costing them. It's costing them in a huge way. Bottom lane tower, did it get denied? Bottom lane tower goes down. I don't really remember that happening. Yeah, Desolator's actually going to be the item for TA. She wants even more deeps, and the only thing to, the only reason to get more deeps is because you don't need a reason. Never can have enough deeps. Undefeated. Gonna drain out Ferret. Gonna burn through his refraction. There's an RP onto 2. Will scare them back. Shackle shot will not land, and it's gonna cost them. 2 down instantly. Undying's gonna pick up the Crystal Maiden, but really Crystal Maiden, that's what her job is. She's there to take hits. RP onto 2 to clean those 2 up. Those are the 2 main damage dealers also of Lithium. Tombstone's going to stall this push for just a little bit, but it's going to be another 10 seconds until we have another Blink Skewer, and that's free initiation. 2-3-1. Going to get pushed back by the cogs, and missile's gonna fly, looking for a Blink Skewer, though these zombies make it very difficult. Violent Love coming in from behind, securing the Wind Ranger kill, but he's gonna get hookshot in. Garb gonna call up Sand King. Here comes Godlike, though, with the open wounds onto Lunatic. This Undying is not gonna last very long at all. There he goes. Blink Skewer right back through the cogs. Garb now in a huge amount of trouble. The Blade Mail being blocked by Refraction, so TA fearless about that. Death Prophet and Pugna are up again, but they have to defend this tower, and it's very dangerous because another Blink Skewer will be up online shortly. Even if it's not, Godlike could just open wounds and then go to town. There's the exorcism though. Death Prophet can land 2-man silence. Godlike gonna get nuked down, drained out as well. Though the drain not doing nearly enough damage to kill off that Lifestealer. Ferret thinking about going back into this, will pop a jump charge, try to get his way out. Their faction doing work for him, blocking another Crypt Swarm. They can turn this one around. They have a Blink Skewer. There's a Yule Scepter onto Songs, and Songs I think might have overextended her welcome. Yes, she definitely has. Death Prophet is going to get punished. We will survive. There's a Blink Shockwave though. 2-3-1 securing the kill. Ferret still very much so alive. Wind Run from OMFG trying to get his way out of there, but another jump charge being popped. OMFG can take a huge melt hit. 1, 2, 3. Ferret is going to get yet another kill. Unstoppable streak for the TA. Undying as well as Garb undefeated are all still defending on the mid lane, but this push from FerretSquad is relentless. There's a hook shot onto 2 as well as a 2-man cog, but Garb, this is going to be your funeral. I'm sorry. Burst Strike onto 2 as well. The Magnus is going to go down, and Godlike is stuck in the cogs, but here comes Lush Roach from behind. Undefeated is going to get slapped down by the Lifestealer. Lunatic still on the run. Is there a Burst Strike? There's another trap. He has a Blink Dagger. He has a Blink Dagger Burst Strike. There it is. Ferret going to close the distance for a melt hit. Lunatic's going to drop as well. It's a triple kill for the Ferret, and the tower is still alive, but for how long? I need some fucking water, guys. 1 second. Oh, I don't need water because the game is over. OMFG calls GG, and after a bloodbath of a game, 16-31, FerretSquad take game number 1 versus Lithium. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to be moving on to game number 2, where we're going to see if FerretSquad can close it out. Oh my god, what a game. What a game. Mistakes were made by both sides, but that's why we love watching Dota. GG, guys.